pranamam. Victoria, Victoria, Victoria. മിടിക്കും നിൻ ഘടികാര ഹൃദയതാളം, മിടിക്കും നിൻ ഘടികാര ഹൃദയതാളം. നെഞ്ചിലേറ്റിയിടയ്ക്കപോൽ തുടികൊള്ളും ഇടനാഴിയിലൊത്തുചേർന്നൊരു തുടർന്ന പൂക്കളുമായി നമിപ്പു ഞങ്ങൾ അമ്മേ അമ്മേ.
The studies that I had in Beijing College, that gave the foundation for this virtue of observing punctuality. I'm so fastidious about it. And punctuality is so important, particularly in the two projects that I mentioned, the Konkan Railway and the Delhi Metro. But the main business is to run trains. And we realized that if we want to run our trains punctually, we ourselves must be very punctual. Every employee should be very punctual. That is why very high importance was given to punctuality in these two organizations. And just imagine what is the fallout of this philosophy, this culture. Delhi Metro runs about 3,000 trains a day. Delhi Metro carries about 22 lakh passengers every day. And world over, the least count of punctuality, or how the punctuality is counted is, if the train is late by 2 minutes or 3 minutes, within that it is treated as punctual. But in Delhi Metro, we decided that we will tighten our belts right from the beginning and keep the punctuality least count as 60 seconds. That means if the train is late by more than 60 seconds, it is deemed to have lost punctuality. And believe me, the punctuality performance of Delhi Metro is something like 99.7%. And these figures cannot be fudged because everything is computerized. Everything is on computer. Nobody manually, you can't meddle with these figures. That is the value of punctuality. This is one virtue which is so important for everyone in your life. If you are punctual, the efficiency automatically comes in whatever you do. It gives a correct signal to people who work with you or work under you. Because when I was in Delhi Metro, when I say we start inspection at 8 in the morning, everybody knows that I would turn up exactly at 8, and everybody can organize themselves in that way. And punctuality observance was also important to see that every aspect or every segment of the project is completed on time. The other thing I mentioned to you was integrity. When I took the responsibility of these two major projects, Konkan Railway and Delhi Metro, I was already a retired person. I retired from the government service in 1990. Thereafter only these two projects are taken up. How is that the government of India had the courage and confidence to entrust two such major projects to a retired person on whom the government has no hold at all? The only hold they have is on my pension, which is a meager amount. How did they entrust such huge amounts? Only because of the reputation I had for integrity. This reputation is so important in your professional life. You must carry this passport in your pocket all the time, a passport for high integrity. And this is so important in every aspect, every facet of our activities life. The third thing I mentioned was professional competence or knowledge. You're all students studying. This college will give you only the basic education, the foundation for your future career. Acquiring knowledge is a lifelong process. At every stage, there is something to learn. Even today, I go through technical journals and technical books. Up to date, my knowledge of engineering, my knowledge of management. It's a lifelong process. And knowledge is strength. If you know your work very well, that again gives you a lot of confidence, a lot of courage, a lot of self-assurance. And if you know your work well, you'll find that you'll be adored by the people who work under you. The people who are above you, they respect you so much, and your colleagues respect you so much. So knowing the work, having the knowledge, whichever field you are, you must know your work well. Otherwise, such complex projects like Delhi Metro. Delhi Metro is a highly technically complex project. The technologies involved in Delhi Metro were not known to this country. Calcutta Metro was there as a forerunner, no doubt. But Calcutta technology is at least 25 years behind our time. This country, when we started the Delhi Metro, did not have the expertise or experience in planning and building a modern world-class metro. How did we acquire it? We acquired it only because we went out of the way, learned the secrets of the trade, mastered the knowledge very fast. I sent out all my managers abroad to study the metros, come back, and they in turn became trainers for the people down below. That's why I acquired the knowledge. That is very important. Yesterday, I was in Kochi, and a high-level French team had come, wanting to know whether they could give financial assistance to Kochi Metro. They were surprised to know that the amount of expertise already available in this country, in the metro field. How did we acquire this expertise? And Delhi Metro, when we started, as I told you, did not play. Nobody knew how to build a modern metro. We acquired the knowledge very fast. With the result today, Delhi Metro is spearheading a metro revolution in this country, spreading the metro culture to various cities. And in that process, metros are now coming up in Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, a second line in Calcutta, Jaipur, and Kochi. All these metros were planned, investigated, detailed project report, all by Delhi Metro. And we have also prepared the DPRs for metros in Pune, Nagpur, Chandigarh, and Lucknow, so many other places which I am expecting that this metro also will start. And all these metros which are coming up today, the hand holding is being done by Delhi Metro. How did they acquire this expertise? Only acquiring knowledge. As I mentioned to you, acquisition knowledge is a lifelong process. Please remember this. And the fourth thing I mentioned to you was social responsibility or social accountability. Children, anything that we do, I think there is a social dimension to whatever we do. In public life, in corporate, in your career in a corporate field, or your own business, you find that there is a social dimension to whatever we do. It is so important for us to remember that we have a responsibility to pay back the society what we have received from the society ourselves. For example, I think while handling these two projects, our main social responsibility was, I thought, finishing the projects on time and completing the project within the estimated cost. This was a very great social responsibility according to us. While executing these projects, ensuring that it causes least inconvenience, least disruption to the city when the works are going on. I don't know how many of you see Delhi Metro, but I can assure you that this being the capital city of the country and all the works being done under the nose of the highest in the country, like the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister, the Lieutenant Governor, the President of India. We could not make any mistake. We could not create problems in the capital city. So the works were done in such a way that minimum dislocation to the life of the city. I think this is a social responsibility. Whatever we do, for example, Delhi Metro, when we were people who were in Delhi living at that time and seeing the metro was going on, we took extra care to see that the machinery and the equipment used for the whole work, least vibration, least noise pollution from this machinery. we barricaded all the work areas with green barricades to give the feeling of greenery and ensure that the muck or the slush from the work sites are not carried on to the roads by insisting that every truck that comes out of the work site, the wheels are washed automatically. I think this is a social responsibility. There was no compulsion from the government. There are no orders from the government that we should do this. But on our way we did it. Before we took up a work anywhere, we should to ensure that this does not obstruct the traffic, because most of the works were on the roads itself. We planned the traffic management on the road well in advance with the police, so that certain areas we had to widen the roads, certain junctions had to be improved, certain additional traffic lights had to be installed, and we put our own traffic wardens at every work site. We did not depend upon the traffic police to ensure that traffic moves very smoothly. Don't you think this is a great social responsibility, whatever we do? In any walk of life you take, whatever you do, you find there is always an impact on the society. It's our responsibility to see that this responsibility, this social responsibility or accountability is valued and respected. For example, Delhi Metro, cutting the trees. For any metro construction, you will find that trees have to be cut. And in Delhi, to cut a tree is so difficult. About 20 agencies have to give clearances to cut one tree. Ultimately, the Lieutenant Governor himself has to approve the cutting of a tree. To make things smooth, DMRC decided on our own. Again, there was no compulsion from the government that for every tree that we cut, we will plant 10 trees as compensatory afforestation. This, I think, is a social responsibility. And most important, whoever handles projects, I think the most important social responsibility is to complete the project on time and to complete the project within the time allotted for it, or even before it. Why am I talking that? Because all these projects are implemented with government money. People have a feeling that if it's government money, you can do anything with that money. The government money is your own money. You and I pay taxes, and that comes as the government money. So we have a responsibility to the taxpayer, whatever money that we have, before we spend for any project. I think that is again a social responsibility. This way, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 4 areas which were very, very important, and this forms the cardinal pillars of the value culture of these 2 organizations, which to my mind is applicable in any walk of life, in any professional activity, in any professional field. And for the young students present here, I want to mention to you one more area which is very important, that is health. Children, health is wealth. 3 essential things to be observed in having good health. One is a good balanced diet. All of us are educated people. We all know what is a balanced diet. Only thing is, we should not overeat. You can undereat if necessary, but never overeat. And eat things which are really good for the body, the system. That is what I said, balanced food. This is very important for health. At proper time and clean food.